Hi guys, Michael Ingledew and welcome to this week's vlog. Now this week again I have brought you out into the woods, and if you followed any of my previous tutorials you'll know that I am a bit of an outdoory type, and there is a main reason why I'm here in the woods today, which I will come on to very shortly. And there is, I hope, an abstract message from being here in this woodland to the message and the topic this week, which again I will talk about very shortly. But this video is brought to you by TDIQ. TDIQ is our online learning portal for tech data professionals in the aerospace, defense and space sector. You can join and watch all of our tutorials online, as well as join us for some live streaming of our conferences and workshops and events that we do over the year. So please go over to tdiq.com and have a look at that and see if it's something that you might actually benefit from joining. Anyway, why am I here today? Well, we have just written an article for the next issue of the TDW magazine, and we also have a webinar on this topic coming up very shortly, which you can register. I'll put a link down below. You can join us for that webinar, and it's all about succession planning. Now, what's the abstract message here? This woodland that I'm in today, actually, bit of Ingledew trivia, I used to play here as a child, and that's going back a few years, yes. And in fact, some of my very early pets are buried here. But the message here is this is a managed woodland. They cull all of the trees, or they cut a lot of the trees down over the years to make sure the next generation of tree, as I'll pan round shortly and you can have a look, but that next generation of tree takes shape. And you can see the piles behind me are well, they're still healthy trees, but they've cut them down, piled them up. That'll go off and be recycled somewhere else and used in furniture and stuff. But the next generation of tree is actually starting to grow here, and again I'll have a look and pan round for you. But the biggest message that I'm hearing from our market today is not how do we implement S1000D, what is S1000D, you know, that kind of level of understanding is pretty much there now in the market. A lot of people know it, they understand it, they know what they have to do. Same with XML, same with choosing software, same with deploying information. And anyway, we do all of that over on TDIQ. We tell you all of those things. But there's some more of that hard business problems that we face within our market, and that is succession planning. Now, of course, succession planning can mean software succession planning, it can be our information planning, but it can also be, you know, our departmental and our skills succession planning. And that is a huge challenge right now, because the skills coming into the market are not there anymore. And this is a big problem that I'm seeing from people that I'm out having coffee with and discussing their tech data problems and their tech pubs problems. They're saying, Mike, where are the new and the next generation of technical authors coming from? Where are our next generation of technical communicators in our aerospace, defense and space sector? Now, there are lots of reasons why this kind of skills pocket, if you like, has evaporated, and I talk about that in the article. I talk about some of the cause, the effect, and what we're doing at TDW to address that. And we've got lots of exciting things coming your way from TDW, where we're talking about that, how we can encourage that youth, that talent into our market, into our domain, and into the skills area that we need them for the production of information. Now, the reality is that the role of information is changing. The skills pool, as I've already mentioned, is drying up from where it traditionally comes from. And again, I talk about that over on the TDW article in the magazine, this next issue. But skills and succession planning is vital to every business. We have to, especially as business owners, but as departmental managers and as organizational managers, we're always being asked to plan for that next generation. Where are we going with our tech docs? Are we going to insource, outsource? What is it? Are we changing the focus of information? Are we moving away from traditional specifications and standards, and are we moving to more augmented reality and those kind of things? If so, where are we going to source the skills and the know-how to do that? Succession planning is something that we have to do as part of our daily lives, and that's why I thought that abstract message of being here in this woodland today is this is a managed woodland, and you know, they're always planning what the next generation of the trees will be in this woodland and where they're going to plant them and how they're going to plant them. And you know, this is, apart from this big tree which I used to climb when I was a kid, you know, is still here right in the center of the woodland. But you know, this is managed woodland. They cut it down regularly and they plan for that next generation. Now, I'm not suggesting that you go into the office tomorrow and you slash all of your staff and say, right, we're going to go bring in all the new people. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you need to have a succession plan. And that's one of the things we're going to be talking about on the upcoming webinar, how to plan for that next generation of skill, or if you can't identify that next generation of skill, what can you do about it? So join us on that webinar and get a copy of our magazine where I'm going to go into this topic in much more detail. I'm actually here taking some photos using some of the landscape here for that article that we're going to do. But again, I'm talking specifically here about skill succession, because there is and are other succession plans that you need to have in place. Anyway, I'd be very interested to hear. I'm getting lots of great comment on the tutorials and the videos that we're doing now, because it's resonating from a practical level with the TD managers that we're supporting. But what I would like to hear is how you're planning for the future. I've had some meetings recently at some very interesting organisations, Bombardier Aerospace, Marshall's Aerospace Defence, how they're talking about how they are planning for the next generation of technical authors, technical information specialists that they are planning for in the future. And I hope that we can bring another tutorial your way on that in the future. But anyway, do get in touch. Let me know what it is that you're doing to plan for the future. Boom!